welcome to the Vanity Mirror. Today's episode is this dramatic, sexy Valentine's Day look. Valentine's Day is coming up in just a few short days, so I figured you guys might want to see something along these lines for more of a sexy date night look. Now, if this look looks at all familiar to you, it is not the same, but I was definitely inspired by Kathleen Lights when she did her Blue Dream makeup look that she just posted on Wednesday, I believe. And it was a blue makeup look, but it was similar, like kind of a style in the eyes, and I was so inspired and I was like, that is so perfect. And I kind of took that and I looked and I created my own look with kind of the same idea that she had. I will link her video down below so you can make sure to go see that. I wanted to create a more Valentine's Day appropriate look, and I think it came out so beautiful and definitely dramatic, and I definitely have most of the focus on the eyes. I did not do a whole lot with the lips. It's just a nude lipstick and lip liner on my lips, but that was because I wanted the attention to be on the eyes. So if you guys want to know how to accomplish this look that I've created for your special day, keep on watching. But before you do, please subscribe, because at 500 subscribers I'm doing a giveaway. Let's do it. Alright guys, we're going to get started. I already primed my eyes using the Urban Decay Primer Potion in the shade Eden, and I set them with Silk Cream from the Jaclyn Hill palette. Now, I know you can see the very top of this, and I'm sorry if that's going to bother some of you, but I need to have it in front of my face so I can do my makeup. Let's go ahead and get started with this Valentine's Day look. I haven't done a just like a talk through tutorial in so long, like one of these where I just talk to you guys while I'm doing it, so I'm kind of excited because it's been a while. So we're gonna start nice and slow, and we are going to take the shade MFEO in the crease. That's this shade right here. And we're gonna take that kind of all over the crease and take it kind of high on the crease and start creating kind of a cat eye with it. I am going to take this Sephora Pro Crease brush so I can get it nice and sloppy. I want this to be a good base color, so I'm really going to be building this up, but I am going to add one more base color on top of it to really slowly deepen the crease, because we're going to be using a pretty dark shade in the crease today and on the outer corner. I realized that I didn't explain to you guys I'm doing my eyes first, which is something I pretty much never do when I do tutorials. I'm doing them first because I wanted to make a perfect cat eye, and usually you end up having to remove fallout and make that happen. So I decided to do my upper eyes first with this, but anyways, let's move on. Next, like I said, I'm going to deepen the crease a little bit more. I just wanted to have a couple base colors since it's going to be so dark. So I'm going to go into the shade that is right here, the third one in here, and that is Hooter. I'm going to take that in the crease with a slightly like smaller crease brush. Too small. See, this was the first one I used, and this is the next one, so it's just a little bit smaller. So we're going to take that in the crease. And we're not going to take it up as high. We're going to try to just blend it right where it is. Maybe bring it up just a tiny bit as you're blending. And we're also going to take that down to the outer corner. And before we move on to the next step, make sure you go back to that first brush that you used, and without any extra product, unless you want to put just a dabble. In fact, I'm going to put just a tiny bit on the very tip. And then you're going to take that right on the edge of that to blend. You want to do this every step of the way, especially when you're using intense colors, which we're going to be, to really make sure the edges are blended out nicely. Okay, now onto the fun part. I'm going to take an even smaller blending brush, and I'm going to go into the shade Jax. That is this shade right here. This is the shade Jax. And we are going to do exactly what we've been doing so far, which is all over the crease, out to the cat eye, and then down to the outer third portion of our lids, just like we've been doing with all the other shades. But this one is going to be a little bit even more concentrated and more precise than the first two colors were. I'm going to just go ahead and take that like so. Start by placing some color and then blend, blend, blend. Keep packing on the color. We want this to be a very intense, like very, very pigmented eye. That's looking so intense and I love it. Make sure you keep blending, and like I was saying earlier, every step of the way you want to go backwards and blend just a little bit. I'm going to take a little bit more of Puder, barely, just a tad, and I'm going to blend a little bit right in the crease. And then I'm going to take just a tad on that first brush of MFEO, and I'm going to blend a little bit higher than that. Okay, now that we have that red nice and deep and where we want it, we are now going to put concealer on the lid. I'm going to take this NYX HD Photogenic Concealer and a small detailer brush like this one right here, and I am just going to take some concealer off of that. And I am going to carve out my eyeball, but I'm only going to take it about 3/4 of the way from the inner corner out. I am not going to do the entire lid. Here we go. Here we go. Once you have the concealer on the inner 3/4 of your lid, you're gonna go back into the Jaclyn Hill palette and grab the shade Faint, which is this one right here. And you are going to put that all over where you put the concealer. I am gonna use a little itty bitty shader brush. It's like a tiny little dome shader brush. I got it from Morphe. And you are just going to pack on that color on where the concealer is. Alright, you guys, now we are going to help blend that very, very harsh edge we have from our cut crease. And we are going to take the shade right here. This is Cran Apple. And we are going to put that just right in between the two shades, right on that area. We're going to start by taking that same brush that we used to apply the really white shade, and we're going to go in to Cran Apple, and we're going to start applying that right in between the two. And you're just going to kind of swipe back and forth between the two. But you don't want to take Cran Apple over too far. You just want it to blend seamlessly between the two. Okay, and now I feel like some of the darker color, the Jack's color, is gone. So, well, not gone, but blended away. So I'm going to take the same brush that I used earlier to apply Jack's, and I'm going to put a little bit on the end and pack a little bit more here on the outer corner. Okay, now the eyes are looking how we want to look, are looking the way we want them to look. At this point, this is how they should kind of be looking. Just like, you guys, I love this. We are going to highlight the brow bone now, and I'm going to take this brush right here, and I'm going to take the color Beam, which is this shade right here, and I am going to highlight the brow bone with it. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and clean up under the eyes. All right, and I'm just gonna wipe up underneath the eye, and then I'm gonna create that nice, clean cat eye. Okay, so now we're gonna actually start the face. I'm gonna start by priming the face. Use whatever primer you want. Really, the face is not the major part of this tutorial. It's really more about the eye makeup. So I'm going to be using the Maybelline Master Prime Face Studio Blur and Smooth Primer. Okay, now we're going to do foundation. Today I'm going to do the Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 foundation and concealer. Alright, I'm going to blend that in with my Real Technique sponge. Okay, and now we're going to go ahead and do concealer, and I'm going to go in with the Tarte Shape Tape in Light Sand, as always. It looks so bright, but the thing is so pretty though. I'm also going to take some of this Tarte Shape Tape down the center of my face. Okay, the next step I'm gonna do is something I've just been doing lately. It makes my makeup a little less likely to get cakey when I do this. It seems to smooth everything out. I've been spraying my sponge with Milani Make It Last as soon as I'm done with everything before I powder. And I just kind of pat it over my face. So I don't even know what happened, but I just bronzed my face off of camera, not realizing the camera wasn't on, but I used the Physicians Formula butter bronzer, and I just like made lines with my brush where the contour would go, and then I just bronzed above it to help give me a guide. And I didn't do it too intensely. I might actually add a little bit more. And then I bronzed up the forehead, a little bit on the jawline, etc. In fact, I am gonna add a little bit more to the cheeks. I like it. It looks great. Okay, now we're going to go into blush, and today I'm going to use the Milani powder blush in the shade, not powder blush, in the shade Blossomtime Rose. And next we're going to go into highlighter, and I'm going to go into the Ofra highlighter in the shade Rodeo Drive. And I'm going to go right to putting this nice and concentrated at the top of my cheekbones. Yes. And then we're going to take some down the center of the nose. Tonight I bought a bunch of stuff on ColourPop's website. And I'm so excited because I'm going to film a haul and try on video, and I am so pumped about it. Okay, next we're going to finish up the eyes, the lips, and we're pretty much done. Ideally, you would want to use a really close to the darkest eyeshadow color for an eyeliner for the waterline, but I don't have one, so I'm actually going to use a lip liner today. I hope that doesn't destroy me. So this is the Jonte Blue Lip Liner in the shade Brown Sugar, and it's really it's kind of a maroony color, so I'm going to apply that to my waterline. Anything you have that's similar to the shade Jax, I would recommend using that. So next I'm going to go in to some of the same colors that we were using earlier. I'm going to start with the shade Pooter, and I'm going to be putting that kind of messily all over the lower lash line. And then I'm going to go into the shade Jax again, and I'm going to take that closer to the lash line a little bit more precisely, just to imitate my crease. I am going to highlight the inner corners with the Ofra highlight that we used on our face. I'm actually going to go over top of that with the shade that we used on the lid, which was Faint. Get a little bit of that on my brush and put that over top of that. Alright, you guys, I am going to do my brows and my lashes off camera, and we will get to the lips. I'm going to put on these Ardell Glamour lashes in the style. They are a little bit more dramatic. You could also just do mascara or whatever lashes you really want. I just thought that falsies with this intense look will really bring the look together. So I'm gonna do my brows and my lashes off camera. I'll be right back. Ready? Okay, it is time to get to the lips. By the way, the eyebrow pencil that I used was the It Cosmetics Brow Power. It's a little double-ended doohickey here. I used that on my brows today. And then on my lashes, I used the Essence Volume Stylist 18-Hour Lash Extension Mascara. Clearly, that is not from the mascara. Otherwise, stop the presses. No more need for falsies. Now these are falsies, and like I said earlier, so now we're going to do lips. I can't decide between like a more chill lip because the eye look is really intense, or a lip that matches the eye look. One option I have here is this ColourPop Ultra Matte Lip in Notion, which is like really, really close to what my eyes look like, but it's a little deeper. Or I could do something a little bit more on the nude side. So I think if I was going to do that, I might choose a little bit of a darker lip liner just for like some ombre lip effect, and then use a lipstick that matches my lip color. I think I'm gonna do that to play it safe today, but you could do something like this that matches pretty close to the eyes to make it even more dramatic. I'm gonna go into Peekaboo Neutral by NYX. top of that with the Lorac lipstick in the shade Duchess. It's really similar to my lip color, so that's why I chose it. Last thing we're gonna do, you guys, is setting spray, and today I am going to use the Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray. And sometimes when I use setting spray, I like to pat that into the skin a little bit with my sponge. Okay guys, there you have it. That is the Valentine's Day dramatic sexy makeup look that I came up with for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to recreate this look, please take a picture of it and tag me on Instagram or Twitter or whatever you want, all at Variety Ellie, or send it to my Snapchat, also Variety Ellie. I would love to see your recreated looks. Valentine's Day is almost here, so go knock your guy or your lady's socks off. Alright guys, thanks so much for watching the Vanity Mirror. Please subscribe and hit the tempting red button right down there below my video, and I will see you later. Hi everybody, welcome to the Vanity Mirror. Urban Decay Primer Potion in Eden, and then I also, and then down onto the outer third of the outer portion of the upper, either you can take a makeup wipe or some makeup wipe or some makeup remover on a little pad. I don't know why I'm having so much hard. Wow. I hope you enjoyed.